Very good morning and namaste to everybody. यस वैज्ञानिक सम्मेलन का अध्यक्ष एवं माननीय शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रीज्यू, नेपाल सरकार का सबै पदाधिकारीहरू, नेपाल विज्ञान प्रविधि प्रज्ञा प्रतिष्ठान का उपकुलपतिज्यू, शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय एवं अन्य विभिन्न मन्त्रालय र आयोगका सचिवहरू, His Excellency Mr. Rob Penn, Ambassador of the United Kingdom to Nepal, नेपाल उद्योग वाणिज्य महासंघसँग सम्बन्धित प्रतिनिधिहरू, विश्वविद्यालयका प्राध्यापकहरू, अनुसन्धानकर्ताहरू, राष्ट्रिय तथा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय स्तरबाट सहभागी सबै विज्ञहरू, राष्ट्र सेवक कर्मचारीहरू, विज्ञान तथा प्रविधिसँग सम्बन्धित विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाका प्रमुख एवं प्रतिनिधिहरू, सञ्चारकर्मी मित्रहरू, उपस्थित सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरू, शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय तथा विभिन्न सरकारवाला निकायहरूद्वारा संयुक्त रूपमा आयोजना गरिएको समृद्ध नेपालका लागि कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता भविष्यमा रोजगारी विषय यस वैज्ञानिक सम्मेलनमा सम्बोधन गर्न पाउँदा मलाई विशेष हर्ष र गर्वको महसुस भएको छ। समृद्ध नेपाल बनाउने हाम्रो सपना सार्थक बनाउन यस प्रकारका कार्यक्रमहरूको महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका रहने कुरामा दुई मत हुनै सक्दैन। यस महत्त्वपूर्ण कार्यका निम्ति शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय र अन्य सरकारवाला निकायमा म हार्दिक आभार सहित धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु। कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता अर्थात् आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्सले नवप्रवर्तन तथा उत्पादकत्वको क्षेत्रमा नवयुगको आरम्भ गरेको छ। यसले भविष्यमा सार्वजनिक क्षेत्र मात्र होइन, सबै क्षेत्रमा उपयोगको अपरिहार्यता दर्शाइरहेको छ। पछिल्लो अवस्थामा विश्व जगतमा सूचना प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा उदीयमान प्रविधिको रूपमा रहेको आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स प्रविधिले विश्वलाई धेरै नै तरङ्गित तुल्याएको छ। मानिसले गर्ने नियमित कार्यहरू वा धेरै समय लगाएर गर्ने कार्यहरू तथा नवप्रवर्तन तथा उत्पादकत्व वृद्धिका निमित्त बहु उपयोगी रहन्छ। आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स मार्फत सूचना प्रविधि, जैविक प्रविधि, कृषि, उद्योग तथा औद्योगिक उत्पादन, स्वास्थ्य, अनुसन्धान लगायत धेरै क्षेत्रहरूमा दक्षता एवं कुशलता वृद्धि हुने प्रारम्भिक चरणमा नै राम्रैसँग प्रदर्शित भइसकेको छ। अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय जगतमा खास गरी विकसित राष्ट्रहरूले यसलाई दिएको महत्त्व र यस क्षेत्रमा नेतृत्वको लागि भइरहेको प्रतिस्पर्धाले पनि यसको महत्त्व बुझ्न मद्दत पुगेको छ। दक्षिण एसियाका सबैजसो राष्ट्रहरू कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता सम्बन्धी नीति रणनीति तर्जुमा गरी यसको विकास र उपयोगमा लागिरहेका छन्। नेपालमा समेत आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स सम्बन्धी क्रियाकलाप व्यवस्थित तुल्याउन र सूचना प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा सार्थक हस्तक्षेपका निम्ति नीतिगत प्रबन्ध र व्यवस्थापकीय विषयमा जोड दिन जरुरी भइसकेको छ। अबको दुनियाँमा पेपरलेस र फेसलेस प्रणालीबाट सेवा प्रवाह गरेर मात्र सुशासनको हाम्रो प्राथमिकतालाई सार्थक रूप दिन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुरा पनि स्पष्ट नै छ। नेपाल सरकारले कम्प्युटर प्रविधि, रोबोटिक प्रविधि, डाटा विज्ञान, मेसिन लर्निङ, इन्टरनेट अफ थिङ्स, कम्प्युटेसनल पूर्वाधार विकासका लागि आफ्नो तर्फबाट गर्नुपर्ने कार्यमा आवश्यक पहल लिने विश्वास पनि म दिलाउन चाहन्छु। यस सन्दर्भमा आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स सम्बन्धी नीतिलाई राष्ट्रिय विज्ञान प्रविधि तथा नवप्रवर्धन नीति 2076 तथा डिजिटल नेपाल फ्रेमवर्कसँग समन्वय गर्ने गरी अगाडि बढ्ने विश्वास पनि म यहाँहरू सबैलाई दिलाउन चाहन्छु। सरकारले हाल उदीयमान प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा जस्तो अन्तरिक्ष प्रविधि, परमाणुविक प्रविधि, भू उपग्रह प्रविधि, जैविक प्रविधि, ड्रोन प्रविधि आदिमा विभिन्न अध्ययन र अनुसन्धानका कामहरू अगाडि बढाइरहेको छ। विज्ञान प्रविधि क्षेत्रलाई महत्त्व दिएर नै विज्ञान प्रविधि नवप्रवर्तन कोष निर्माणका लागि बजेट विनियोजन समेत गरिसकिएको कुरा यहाँहरूलाई जानकारीमा नै होला। यसलाई पूर्ण कार्यान्वयनमा लगेर प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा आत्मनिर्भरताको सृजना गर्न पनि म शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालयलाई विशेष आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु। आगामी वर्षको नीति कार्यक्रम र बजेट प्रस्तावमा समेत विज्ञान प्रविधि अनुसन्धान र नवप्रवर्तनलाई विशेष महत्त्व दिइनेछ। प्रस्तावित 16औं आवधिक योजनामा समेत यस क्षेत्रलाई महत्त्वका साथ समावेश गरिएको छ। नवप्रवर्तन र उत्पादकत्व वृद्धिको सवालमा आगामी वर्षदेखि नै सरकारी निकायहरूले आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्सको भूमिका बढाउने परियोजनाको विकासमा जोड दिइने विश्वास पनि म दिलाउन चाहन्छु। सरकारी निकायले दिने सेवाको जानकारीका लागि आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्समा आधारित च्याटबट सेवा, बृहत तथ्याङ्कीय विश्लेषणका परियोजनाहरूलाई प्राथमिकतापूर्वक कार्यान्वयन गरिनेछ। सूचना प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा क्रियाशील हाम्रा युवा वैज्ञानिकहरूले यस वर्ष आफ्नै वैयक्तिक पहलमा निकै ठुलो रकम नेपाल भित्राएका छन्। राज्यको प्राथमिकता र प्रोत्साहन बिना नै युवा वैज्ञानिकहरूले गरेको प्रयास, प्राप्त गरेको सफलता र राज्यलाई गरेको योगदान हामी सबैका निम्ति सकारात्मक प्रेरणा बनेको छ। म ती सबै युवा वैज्ञानिकहरूलाई हार्दिक बधाई र धन्यवाद भन्न चाहन्छु। यसले एकातर्फ राष्ट्रिय आयका क्षेत्रहरूमध्ये सूचना प्रविधिको क्षेत्र विशेष सम्भावनायुक्त क्षेत्र भएको यथार्थलाई प्रमाणित त गरेकै छ भने साथसाथै आफ्नै पहलमा अत्यन्त राम्रो मेहनत गरिरहेका युवा वैज्ञानिकहरूलाई प्रोत्साहित गर्नु र त्यसका निम्ति योगदान गर्नु राज्यको आधारभूत दायित्व भएको तथ्य पनि यो प्रक्रियाबाट उजागर भएको छ। नेपालको निर्यातजन्य सेवाको रूपमा सूचना प्रविधि एक उदाहरण क्षेत्रको रूपमा आइरहेको छ। भविष्यमा नेपालको बढ्दो व्यापार घाटा तथा बेरोजगारीको समस्या सम्बोधन गर्न पनि यस क्षेत्रको प्रमुख योगदान हुने कुरा आत्मसात गरी नीतिगत तथा प्रणालीगत सुधारको अधिकतम प्रयोग गर्न जरुरी छ र सरकार यो विषयमा निकै गम्भीर रूपले अगाडि बढिरहेको छ। नेपालमा आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स सम्बन्धी कार्यहरू व्यावसायिक रूपमा पनि उदय भइरहेका छन्। हामी आयातित प्रविधिको उपभोग गर्ने मात्र नभई नेपालमा नै नयाँ प्रविधिहरू विकास गर्नेतर्फ सचेत भएर सोच्न र सचेत भएर लाग्न जरुरी छ। त्यस्तै सूचना प्रविधि नेपालको रणनीतिक उपयोगको क्षेत्र भएकोले यस क्षेत्रको उत्पादनमा हामी आत्मनिर्भर बन्न सबैको ध्यान पुग्न पनि त्यत्तिकै जरुरी छ। यसका लागि सरकार नीति क्षेत्रसँग सहकारी गरी अगाडि बढ्न तत्पर रहेको जानकारी पनि म गराउन चाहन्छु। सूचना प्रविधिको गुणात्मक विकाससँगै राष्ट्रियताको परिभाषामा व्यापक हेरफेर आएको छ। आजको परिस्थितिमा देशको सार्वभौमसत्ता, अखण्डता, सम्प्रभुता, आन्तरिक एकता र सद्भाव जस्ता पक्षहरूको केन्द्रमा सूचना प्रविधि रहन आइपुगेको छ। देशभित्रै सूचना प्रविधिको गुणात्मक विकास र साइबर सुरक्षाले नै देशको स्वाधीनता र स्वाभिमानको रक्षा गर्ने ठाउँमा सिङ्गो विश्व आइपुगेको तथ्य हामीले हेक्का राख्नै पर्ने भएको छ। तसर्थ आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्सका बहुआयामिक लाभ र केही चुनौतीहरूको गम्भीर अध्ययन गरी आवश्यक नीतिहरू तर्जुमा गर्न अब ढिला गर्नु हुँदैन। कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता प्रविधिमा असीम सम्भावनाहरू छन् भन्ने कुरा त प्रष्टै छ, तर ती सम्भावनाहरू हुँदाहुँदै पनि रोजगारी विस्थापन, पूर्वाग्रह र निष्पक्षताका सवाल, सम्भावना हुँदाहुँदै पनि रोजगारी विस्थापन, पूर्वाग्रह र निष्पक्षताको सवाल, गोपनीयताको सवालहरू, साइबर सुरक्षा, नैतिक दुविधा, सामाजिक विग्रह, निर्भरता र स्वायत्तता आदिका कारणले समाजमा थप असमानता थपिन सक्ने जोखिम पनि रहन्छ। यस बारेमा सरकारवाला निकायहरूसँग छलफल गरी ठोस निर्णय लिएर अगाडि बढ्न समेत म मन्त्रालयलाई विशेष निर्देशन गर्न चाहन्छु। नेपालको गरिबी र न्यून आर्थिक विकासको चक्रलाई तोड्न आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स प्रविधिले सुशासन 4.0, गभर्नेन्स 4.0 जस्ता अवधारणालाई अंगीकार गर्न अपरिहार्य छ। आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्स विकासका लागि एआई इकोसिस्टमको विकासमा आवश्यक पहल लिनै पर्दछ। सम्मेलनमा कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता प्रविधिको प्रयोगले सरकारी नीति निर्माण र सुशासन अभिवृद्धिमा टेवा पुर्याउने विषयहरू विद्यालय तथा उच्च शिक्षामा कृत्रिम बौद्धिकताबाट हासिल गर्न सकिने नतिजाहरू, कम्प्युटेशनल तथा अन्य पूर्वाधारको आवश्यकता, देशमा सञ्चालित अनुसन्धान परियोजना र तालिमहरू, विकासका कार्यहरूलाई एआई इकोसिस्टम जोड्न सकिने उपायहरूबारे गम्भीर छलफल हुने मैले विश्वास लिएको छु। सम्मेलनबाट पारित हुने सङ्कल्प रिजोल्युसनहरू सरकारका लागि महत्त्वपूर्ण स्रोत सामग्री रहनेछन् र सरकारले त्यसलाई गम्भीरतापूर्वक लिएर कार्यान्वयनमा लैजानेछ, यो जानकारी पनि म गराउन चाहन्छु। अन्त्यमा राष्ट्रिय तथा अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय विज्ञहरू सम्मिलित यो सम्मेलनले भविष्यमा एआई आर्टिफिसियल इन्टेलिजेन्स उपयोग गरी अधिकतम लाभ लिनेतर्फ सरकारवाला निकायहरूको ध्यान केन्द्रित हुनेमा म विश्वस्त छु। सम्मेलनको आयोजनामा प्रत्यक्ष भूमिकामा रहने शिक्षा विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय र आयोजक संस्थालाई धन्यवाद व्यक्त गर्दछु र यहाँ उपस्थित भएर यसमा सार्थक छलफलमा सहभागी सबै देशभित्र र बाहिरका विज्ञहरूलाई पनि म विशेष बधाई र धन्यवाद भन्दै मेरो भनाइ टुङ्ग्याउँछु। धन्यवाद। अभिवादन।
Thank you so much, sir. र अब म मेरा आयोजक साथीहरूलाई प्रस्तावित लिस्ट अनुसार हाम्रो फोटो सेसनको लागि कृपया गरेर अगाडि चल्न म आग्रह गर्दछु। प्रस्तावित लिस्ट अनुसार फोटो सेसनको लागि म मेरा आयोजक साथीलाई आग्रह गर्दछु।
I just, अलिकति background को कुरा गर्दा, we want to do it in Nepali and English so that it's comfortable. And for those of you for whom Nepali and English is an issue, I think we have translator. Please raise your hands so that our volunteers can pass on the translating device to you, right? Headsets. Okay, just to give you a bit of background, yesterday, myself and a lot of us in the room were in Karnali, Surkhet, talking about digital Karnali, and this was engineered by the provincial government of Karnali and some other partners from Kathmandu. So there we were talking about access to internet. One of the prominent issue raised by people in Karnali was how can we have better cell phone network and better internet in far-fetched areas of Karnali, Humla, Mugu and all, right? Fast forward 24 hours later, I am here moderating another session. Here we are talking about artificial intelligence, right? So this is, I just wanted to share that, to say that, as Parag rightly mentioned, 10 years is a short period of time and we need to get the cell phones right, but at the same time, we need to make sure that we take a leap in creating that 1,000%, 2,000% company working in AI. And that's why this panel is very interesting in a sense that we will be talking about policy regimes. Not just about fixing up our networks in Humla, but again fixing up our artificial intelligence related ecosystem and things alike. So I want to start with Pranay. Coming from a background of data for development where you guys worked a lot with government officials, the private sector, the civil society, and we all know that the foundation for artificial intelligence is data. Right? What's your take on data governance? Do we, as a country, have enough data, and the data and how is our data management regime for us to leapfrog in the AI domain? What's your take on that?
Thank you, Bhushandai, and thank you for the question. Yeah, you rightly pointed out. At the end of the day, the power of AI is basically dependent upon the data we have, right? So I would take this question or reconstruct this question into two parts. Internally, what we need or what we see is with this federalism, right? A lot of functions have been devolved or say delegated to provincial as well as local level, right? We might create or develop a data governance framework or a policies, but the only issue here is, because of that devolved power, there is a possibility of various government, local government and provincial government creating their own set of rules that might not really comply or align with the framework developed by federal level. So at the end of the day, what we need is a national framework that's a unified framework where all the provincial as well as local government, when they come up with their data governance policies, align with the national framework so that we have seamless exchange of data. Otherwise, we have these policies, Stat Act 2022 or Digital Nepal framework, but there's always a danger of various horses going different directions. So that's internal problem. And one more thing, externally, what we need, I think, is our national policy again needs to align with all the data system that is across the globe. There are around 1600 policies that already been developed around the world. So our framework needs to again be aligned with that talks to various data systems across the world, having our national interest in mind. I'll give you a very good example, right? The African Union came up with this AI continental strategy that was basically made to counteract with abuse of AI, such as data extractivism or automated imperialism, right? So we need to think what is our national interest first, and keeping that thing in mind, we need to have a balancing act where we also work to a seamless exchange of data, both within as well as outside our country. Thank you.
Talking about data itself, I would want to go to Mr. Subhash. Since you head National ID, you are the director out there, and we've seen the case of India where Aadhaar has become the regime to democratize so many services within the government. So in terms of data management, National ID perspective, what's your take on, do we have an appetite for standardized data? And do we have the capacity to take leverage of that within the government machinery?
So thank you. So for me, I think data governance and standardization of data is the ultimate way we need to be there. So as he says, we need a national frameworks for the data governance. But the first challenge is, we should talk about the challenges what we have. So we are very late on the data standardizations and the governance frameworks. That's why we have many legacy systems which have been working very fine right now. So our challenges here is to adopt with the legacy systems and move forward with the data governance framework. Regarding National ID has itself pipers for the data governance and data standardizations. Basically, what our vision is, for individual data, the data standards set by the National ID should be the standards for every agency, for the individual's data. Remember. So, but there is a challenge. So different agencies are the different formats, and we have a very specific challenge for Nepal in the data governance. That is the Devanagari lipi we are using. And font faces, we have many different font faces. So to write the same names, let me have an example of the Manju. Manju is a very common Nepali name given for a girl. If we use one font face, the character encoding for the Manju, even in the Unicode, is 1. And if you use another font face, that is different. Number of characters are also different. I think they are in one use case, there are the total 4 characters, and then in another there are the 5 characters. So now even it looks same, but the characters encoding are different. So this type of challenges we have, that are another challenge is like our localization challenge we have in the data governance. And third challenge, we say that from National ID perspective, okay, I'm saying that I'm going to standardize the data for the personal information, and those data are not used for the AI. So now we need to link those data, we need to anonymize the data, we need to anonymize the identifiers and develop the databases for all other transactional functional agencies. That is our challenge. if the functional agencies, they are keeping too much of personal information in their database right now. So that is another challenge for using those data for the AI. So if your transactional database has too much of personal information, you cannot use it due to the sake of the privacy. So how to detach that personal information from the functional databases that other agencies have, like banks do have, tax offices do have, land registrations offices. So all the offices, they are using their functional transactional database are linked with the personal data. So that is the challenge. We need to detach those things. So we are planning for that also, how to detach. So we are planning to use the technologies like the tokenizations and all those things to detach the personal data with their transactional data. Then only those data will be useful for the AI purpose. Until and unless using those data are very, very high, they will generate the very, very high risks. But this is the vision how we are trying to cope with these challenges. Even we are planning to face that localized challenges with typing also. We have a very strict, if you see the national ID, we have a very strict limitation with the font face and character encoding. All the rules have been defined in case of Nepali characters also. We are trying to solve this, but I see still we need to have a deeper understanding on these challenges. Every of us stakeholders should work together for the next steps we are going on. But from the national ID perspective, we are always ready to help other agencies to govern their data. Thank you.
And it's really good to know that the government people are concerned about our data privacy, coming from you as national. Before I jump into Indu sir, Parag, I have a question. Can the Manju use case be addressed by AI? Can AI have a solution to the Manju use case that Subhas sir pointed?
Most definitely, I would say, right? Because I think challenging is it's very challenging, right? Because हाम्रो देवनागरी किनभने हामी पनि कति कम्पनीजहरुसित एउटा सल्युसनको लागि हैन कस्टमर सर्भिस सल्युसनको लागि नै कुरा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ it's a very difficult challenge because not only scripting ma cha the tonality ma voice ma हैन lot of different languages, we have a lot of different multicities, but this is precisely why a powerful system like AI is here and why we need to be excited, because finally we can solve these type of difficult problems. But we have to recognize that it is challenging, and therefore मैले पहिला भने जस्तो हाम्रो कन्टेक्स्ट के हो र हाम्रो कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ हामी सबै स्टेक होल्डर्स मिलेर कसरी चाहिँ अब यसलाई सल्भ गर्ने र अगाडि बढ्ने भन्दै कोलाबोरेट गरेर नै अगाडि जान सक्छ.
I know that we have an elaborated presentation from you, but I think that's strong. Okay, Indu sir, from your role as Ministry of Environment's Education, Science and Technology, our education system, we need 5,000 AI engineers and we software commands, we need 10,000 developers. Is our education system ready for that? Your next sleep are we ready for that, or if not, what are we doing on that front?
धन्यवाद क्वेशनको लागि. नेपालमा एजुकेसन सेक्टरमा एआई पठन पाठन गराउने भन्नेको एकदम क्लियर पोलिसी शिक्षा नीतिमा त राखेको छैन. तर हामी साइन्स एन्ड टेक्नोलोजी एन्ड इनोभेसन पोलिसीमा एआईको एप्लिकेसन छ र अन्य सेक्टरहरूमा पनि एआईको एप्लिकेसन भन्ने बार उठिरहेछ. त्यसको मतलब देयर निड्स ह्युमन रिसोर्स. सो ह्युमन रिसोर्स वी निड द एजुकेसन. And definitely universities, from AI literacy to the higher education, we need to have that system. Fortunately, we already have few universities like KU or Gandhigi University have already started AI engineering. And fortunately, we have a lot of IT-based human resources, so they can be upgraded to the AI. So our education system normally don't connect it with the market. It's very bad and unfortunate things. But on the time, then that will be connected to the market. If there is a market for 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 100,000, that can be supplied. If there is a market, then there will be supply. In the beginning, maybe it is not that matching supply, demand supply system. But if it's really there is a market, then there will be supply. So it won't be that problematic. मेरो भनाइको अर्थ चाहिँ नि तर निश्चित रूपमा त्यहाँ मार्केट हुनु पर्यो। कहिलेकाहीँ अहिले हामीलाई समस्या हुने के हो भन्दाखेरि विश्वविद्यालयका कयौँ फ्याकल्टीहरूमा विद्यार्थीहरू नपाइरहेको छ हैन। त्यस अनुसार पनि समय सापेक्ष उहाँहरूले पनि बनाउनुहुन्छ। अब जुन फ्याकल्टीको त्यति धेरै डिमान्ड छैन भने त्यसैमा पछि लागिराख्नु आवश्यक पनि भएन र युनिभर्सिटी र प्राइभेट कलेजहरू सरकारी कलेजहरू विश्वविद्यालयहरूले अवश्य पनि मार्केटसँग सम्बन्धित गरेर यदि ह्युमन रिसोर्स डेभलप गर्नु र त्यो उहाँहरूको एक किसिमको बिजनेस पनि भयो। त्यसकारण त्यो असम्भव कुरा चाहिँ होइन भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ।
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच। त्यही कन्टेक्स्टमा सरलाई मैले एक्चुअली रोक्न चाहेँ। धेरै अब हामी एकाडेमिक्समा पनि अलिअलि इङ्गेज भएको कनेक्टेड हुँदा धेरै मान्छेको के छ भने लट अफ पिपल आर इन्ट्रेस्टेड टु लर्न टु इनरोल इन्टु IT कोर्सेस एन्ड AI, बट अगेन देयर इज अ सिस्टम अफ क्यापिङ। यति स्टुडेन्टभन्दा बढी नपाउने पढाउन नपाउने गर्दाखेरि वी आर एज एन इन्डस्ट्री हाम्रो सप्लाई नै लिमिटेड भएको छ भन्ने कुरा पनि आउँछ। त्यसमा चाहिँ बिकज looking at what Parag mentioned earlier, the trajectory that we're looking at, I think we need some change, fixing up of the system pani jasto लाग्छ। त्यो कन्टेक्स्टमा चाहिँ what is the reason that we are still persistent with capping the quota and numbers?
त्यसमा एउटा हाम्रो ब्युरोक्रेटिक सिस्टम अथवा हाम्रो गभर्मेन्टको सिस्टम त्यति धेरै एजाइल त छैन। टु एक्सेप्ट द्याट एन्ड द्याट इज द बिगेस्ट प्रब्लम। आजकलको जमानामा एजिलिटी इज द मेन थिङ द्याट द साइन्स हैन। त्यो चाहिँ नहुनुको कारणले गर्दा हामी त्यति फास्ट मुभिङ नहुँदाखेरि नै हामी पछि परेको र त्यस्तो सिस्टम किनभने यो डेमोक्रेटिक कन्ट्रीमा जुन स्टेक होल्डरहरूले जुन इन्फ्लुएन्सबाट जे पनि चेन्ज भइरहेको छ नि अकर्डिङ टु निड। If we have changed the constitution, we have changed our ruling system, why not this education system? This will happen, but based on need and the influences that all stakeholders have to play, and the government will never bar the requirements. The process is we have to follow the legitimate process, and it will take some time.
Yes, definitely. That's very encouraging to know that we can change that. Okay, now I want to go to Andre Cook. Based on your experience with the Good City Foundation, because you guys work a lot on addressing urban challenges, we use technologies and AI, how do you see that being relevant to the Nepalese context, especially in terms of addressing urban challenges that we see, or if you've seen something?
Sure. First of all, thank you so much for having me here in Nepal. This is my first time here in Nepal, and just a little bit also introductions. Yes, I am the founder of Good City Foundations, and also I come with a background in the non-profit, so we advocate a lot on how looking into the capacity of public sector's leaders to adopt technologies for their urban planning, using technologies for addressing the challenges. Meanwhile, I also wear the hat of family office, so we also look at investments, how opportunities like such can be commercialized, I would say, because at the end of the day, answering the first questions, how various kinds of AI innovations and technologies could address urban challenges, I think I don't have to put too much here. I think the previous speakers have already, in the morning, have highlighted a lot, how AI, even robotics like drones, UAV, and also many, no matter in consumer level, but also in industrial level, how drones could be capturing more real-time data and also turn that into, and also get analyzed by machine learning to understanding, for example, the monsoon and also the earthquakes, a lot of predicting natural disasters, potentially avoiding a lot of issues by the environment, and also predicting a lot of man-made planning in the future for cities. But I think more important for the questions would be how, like you mentioned, how AI or such robotics or innovations could promote the sustainable city development. I think I would put particular stress in sustainability, because it's not just about keep learning, or like Arad mentioned, the capacity, the Nepalese population have to keep equipping the latest technology capability. I think this is true. Go to even Hong Kong people. We used to be financial city, and now we are transforming our economic structure to be a bit more into advanced manufacturing, robotics, and so on. We also keep learning. More important is the financial sustainability. While we keep equipping ourselves with new technologies, how we keep commercializing that as well. I think that is something on top of Mr. Parak's presentations. Not just startup ecosystem, I would say, but also SME sector would be the most important. If we look at a case like Hong Kong, 90% of GDP of Hong Kong basically is contributed by SMEs. The rest probably, the rest are the conglomerates and also their ecosystem and also a little bit of startups. The SMEs are the key pillar to the economic engines. I think for most of the economies in Nepal will be the same. And it is going to be my third day here in Nepal, and what kind of really concerned me, and also what I find very curious is how the young talent, while equipping the AI learnings and also the capability regarding the innovation technologies and also robotics, how that can be incorporated in your career, and also how SMEs could be also empowered. We need to look deeper into that. For example, just raising an example, probably a lot of SME sectors in Nepal are operated by families, and the corporate leadership or corporate governance in family business are usually decided by senior family members, and they are driven, and also they run the business by a lot of conventions, by a lot of local cultures, and also the adaptability of new technologies like AI would be rather slower compared with professional, or compared with a well-established corporate like the Fuse machine. So I think it goes to how when we talk about topics like implications of AI policy, now the Nepalese government is trying so hard to make sure the policy are being friendly for technologies. Meanwhile, also the policy has to facilitate SMEs to adapt and learn how to bring the technologies to business, not to the big conglomerates only, but also to SME sectors. So the key engine can be generating new jobs for tech talent, and at the end, one thing to even address is how to become the tech exporter for the country, instead of waiting for or keep facing the issues of the trade deficit of the country. Just 2 cents here, and I'd love to open up for more discussions later.
Sure. I might have some more questions for you in the panel. Now that we're talking about policies, let me go to as a parliament, Pratima Madam. As a parliamentarian, हामी यहाँ बसेर policies को कुरा गर्छौँ, AI को policy चाहिए भन्छौँ. हिजो कर्णालीमा better internet र better cell phone को policy चाहिए भने जस्तो कुरा पनि निक्लेको थियो. As a parliamentarian, parliamentमा चाहिँ यस्तो चीजको appetite के छ madam? That is what we would want to know. First, parliament भित्र यस्तो चीजलाई चाहिँ कसरी लिइन्छ? Because we have had incident in the past, एउटा meme नै बनेको थियो. हामी भनौँ न कुनै एउटा सम्बन्धित क्षेत्रले को विषयमा छलफल गर्दाखेरि it was totally taken into a different track, हैन? र त्यसरी हाम्रो भएको थियो, अलिकति नरमाइलो पनि लागेको थियो. तर पार्लियामेन्ट भित्र चाहिँ यस्तो इमर्जिङ पोलिसिजहरुको कुरा जुन चाहिँ धेरै चाहिँ थाहा नहुन सक्छ, त्यस्तो चीजलाई हजुरले कसरी लिनुहुन्छ पार्लियामेन्ट?
धन्यवाद प्रश्नको लागि. मुख्य कुरा यो पार्लियामेन्ट भनेको अब हामी पार्लियामेन्ट र आज पोलिसी मेकरको रूपमा छौँ. अब यो विषयहरू आउँदाखेरि निश्चय नै गम्भीरतापूर्वक हामीले लिनुपर्ने हुन्छ, किनभने पोलिसी बनाउने ठाउँमा छौँ. पोलिसी बन्दाखेरि त्यसमा चाहिँ सामान्य मिस्टेक भयो भने त्यसले लङ टर्म इफेक्टहरू पर्छ पछि भविष्यको लागिसम्म. त्यस कारणले यसलाई विशेष ध्यान दिनुपर्ने हुन्छ. तर भन्दै गर्दा म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने यस्तो विषयहरू आउँदा यो एआई भन्ने शब्द यो टपिक चाहिँ अहिले चाहिँ नेपालमा भर्खरै सुनेको जस्तो फिल गर्नुभएको छ मानिसहरूले। यसलाई चाहिँ अब नयाँ ढङ्गबाट एकदमै के हो भन्ने किसिमको कुराहरू चाहिँ बजारमा यस्तो गफ चिया पसलहरूमा यस्तो गफ हामी त अलिकति पब्लिकसँग पनि टच भन्ने कारणले यो ढङ्गको गफ भन्छ यो के हो भन्ने कुरो हामीले स्पष्टसँग ग्राउन्ड लेभलसम्म बुझाउन जरुरी छ। पार्लियामेन्टमा पनि देशभरिबाट इलेक्टेड भएर प्रपोजल समानुपातिबाट आउनुभएको धेरै पार्लियामेन्ट मेम्बर हुनुहुन्छ जो आफैमा एकदमै हरेक विषयमा विज्ञ हुनुहुन्छ भन्ने होइन। त्यहाँभित्र पनि धेरै सिक्नुपर्ने कुरा हुन्छ, धेरै बोल्नुपर्ने कुरा हुन्छ। त्यो बाहिर सिकेर केही बुझेर पार्लियामेन्टमा गएर पोलिसी बनाउने कुरा हुन्छ। यसको एउटा उदाहरण तपाईहरुले 2-4 महिना अगाडि म दिन सक्छु। एउटा विद्युतीय व्यापारको एउटा चाहिँ विधेयक राष्ट्रिय सभामा छलफल गर्दा विद्युत व्यापार भनेर त्यहाँ मन्त्री लगायत अन्य धेरै सांसदहरूले समेत त्यो विषयमा चाहिँ डिस्कसन भइरहेको र कसैले इन्टरप्ट नगरेको र पछि मात्र त्यो इन्टरप्ट भएको रोकिएको कुराहरूले पनि हामीले सहजै अनुमान गर्न सक्छौँ कि हामीले कुन तहसम्म हामीले यो कुराहरूलाई पुर्याउनु पर्छ भन्ने कुरा टड्कारो रूपमा आउँछ। त्यसकारण यो विषयहरू आउँदाखेरि अलि बढी ग्राउन्ड लेभलसम्म यो विषयलाई चाहिँ लैजानुपर्छ। यसमा चाहिँ सरकारवालाहरू विज्ञहरू यो विषयमा बढी ज्ञाता भएको मान्छे व्यक्तिहरूले चाहिँ यो विषयलाई अलिक बढी प्रष्ट हुनुपर्छ विभिन्न माध्यमहरूबाट र यसलाई नियमन गर्ने कुराहरू पनि हुन्छ। यसमा डाटाको कुरा होला, व्यक्तिको विवरणका कुराहरू होला। अब मलाई लाग्छ अलिक पहिले कहीँ यहाँ चियाको ठुलो एउटा चाहिँ जारमा चाहिँ चिया हालेको फोटोहरू र मोमो बोकेर दौडेको फोटोहरू आउँदाखेरि एक खाले मान्छेलाई तरङ्ग भएको थियो के हो यो भनेर एउटा सोसल मिडियामा आएको कुराले पनि बल्ल अलिकति एआई के हो यो भन्दा यो एआई थाहा छैन तपाईँहरूलाई भन्ने किसिमको क्वेसनहरू बजारमा बल्ल त्यताबाट चाहिँ आउन थालेको मैले अनुभूति बाहिर रूपमा गरेको। त्यस कारणले यसलाई डेफ तलसम्म गएर यसलाई यो विषयमा हामीले चाहिँ अलिकति एजुकेटेड अझ यसलाई अवेर गर्ने कुरातिर हामी फर्स्ट जानुपर्छ। त्यसपछि यसलाई चाहिँ नियमन निकाय नियमहरू बनाउने कुरामा हामीले बाँधेर लानुपर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ। किनभने हामीले नियम कानुन बनाउँदा अहिले एउटा हाम्रै नेपालमा अहिले एउटा टिकटकलाई चाहिँ बन्द गर्ने उल्टो एउटा बाटो खोजिरहेको, त्यसलाई नियमन गर्न नसकेर टिकटक बन्द भनेर सरकारले जुन ढङ्गबाट टिकटकहरू यस्तो अहिले आएको प्रविधि यो 21औं शताब्दीमा आएको प्रविधिहरूलाई समेत क्याच गर्न नसक्ने तर त्यसलाई चाहिँ नियमन गर्न नसक्ने त्यसलाई उल्टो ढङ्गबाट चाहिँ लगेर त्यसलाई बन्दै गर्ने हिसाबमा चाहिँ हामी हिँडिरहेको यस्तो उल्टो बाटोहरू पक्रिरहेको अवस्थामा यो एआई आएको छ। यसलाई चाहिँ अझै व्यापक गरेर यसको महत्त्व एआईको महत्त्व यसले मुलुकलाई कसरी अगाडि बढाउन सक्छ, यसले शिक्षामा कति फड्को पार्न सक्छ, स्वास्थ्यमा कति फड्को पार्छ, आर्थिक रूपमा यसलाई चाहिँ हामीले सही प्रयोग गर्दाखेरि मुलुकले कसरी समृद्ध हुन सक्छ भन्ने कुरा हामीले चाहिँ एजुकेटेड गराउनु अझै अवेर गराउन बाँकी छ कि भन्ने लाग्छ। यो विषय अब बिस्तारै नियम बनाउने कानुन बन्ने कुरामा संसदमा आउँदाखेरि हामीले गर्नुपर्ने भूमिकामा हामी सशक्त ढङ्गबाट लाग्छौँ भन्ने मैले चाहिँ यहाँ ओड पनि दिन चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच म्याडम। एन्ड आई थिङ्क मैले जुन इस्यु उठाउन नचाहेको नाम लिन नचाहेको इ कमर्स बिलको डिस्कसन चाहिँ म्यामले सिधै भनिदिनु भयो, त्यसको लागि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। एन्ड आई थिङ्क द्याट वाज अ भेरी गुड स्टेटमेन्ट फ्रम आवर साइड सेइङ द्याट वी आर ओपन टु लर्न. And I think as a parliamentarian, this group would be the most relevant group to interact with later on. Now, about the second round of questions that we will want to be talking about policy. And one of the pillars of the Venn diagram that Parag also mentioned. So, हामीले policy कस्तो बन्नुपर्छ के बन्नुपर्छ भन्ने अब त्यो विस्तृत छ होला त आई थिङ्क दिस प्यानल इज नट एबल टु टेक अप एभ्रिथिङ तर एटलिस्ट हामी जति पनि एक्सपर्ट्सहरू छौँ यहाँ हाम्रो पर्सपेक्टिभबाट चाहिँ त्यो पोलिसीको कम्पोनेन्टहरू के हुनु पर्यो. पराग हेज अलरेडी हाइलाइटेड सम अफ दोज. तर त्यही कन्टेक्स्टमा म प्रणयबाट सुरु गर्न चाहेँ बिकज एज पार्ट अफ यर वर्क आई नो द्याट यु वर्क सिमटा गाउँपालिकादेखि लिएर सबै ठाउँमा चाहिँ डेटा गभर्नेन्स यस्तोमा काम गरिराख्दाखेरि त्यो इन्क्लुजन one thing that we don't want to see is policies, frameworks or यस्तो भन्छ कि त्यसले एउटा certain ग्रुपलाई चाहिँ फेरि एक्सक्लुड गर्छ भन्ने एउटा ठुलै डर छ. त्यो कन्टेक्स्टमा क्यान यु सेयर सम अफ यर थट्स इन टर्म्स अफ how can we embrace inclusive approach as part of our AI policy formulation?
How can we embrace
inclusivity as part of our policy?
Okay. So I think it's about approach and commitment. One thing we need to decide as government, as citizens, you're a right-based approach. Right to participate approach is very, very important. AI for all. Ethical AI, if a chunk of population is not part of it, यो फेयरनेसको कुरा पनि आउँदैन अनि त्यो पार्टिसिपेसनको कुरा पनि एक्सक्लुड हुने भएको भएर वी निड टु ह्याभ द्याट त्यो राइट बेस अप्रोच के फर इक्जाम्पल मलाई जहिले पनि यो कुरा गर्ने गर्छु होइन सो गिभ यु एन इक्जाम्पल यो वेन द कोभिड वाज देयर होइन आई मिन वान थिङ इज फर स्योर education sector is going to be changed drastically with this when the COVID was there only schools that could afford internet, Zoom were giving services whereas rural sector which is around 33% which is still in a rural part of population are still in a rural area so त्यो population library we need to cater it so we need to have this AI for all भन्ने approach I think inclusive AI we need to have that approach यसलाई अझ if I have to deconstruct this we have this economic aspiration of through AI भन्ने हाम्रो जुन अहिलेको मोटो छ so here is a very interesting trivia alikati data according to the IIDS report answer we have around which already accounted 1.4% of GDP हामीले सर्भिस एक्सपोर्ट गर्यौं भन्ने कुरा आएको थियो which is huge तर रिस्किलिङ को कुरा आउँछ we need to reskill we need to upskill but reskill whom भन्दाखेरि reskilling for women is very very important I think it's very okay here is another interesting trivia for all according to NLSS Nepal Labor Force survey of every 100 women, of every 100 men that are in a workforce population, there are availability of 125 women. तर हामीले workforce मा actually employed हेर्ने भने of the 100 men that are employed, there are only 59 women employed. So you just can't exclude that chunk of demography and say that oh we will achieve this economic prosperity through AI. So inclusivity कसरी आउँछ
people to quickly Subhasa हामीले policy AI policies यदि बनाउँदैछौँ भने त्यसमा what are the components and I want it to come from हजुरहरूको background experience especially from the government side बाट आउँदाखेरि कस्तो के चिज त्यो policyको component के हुनुपर्छ होला
so thank you so मलाई गभर्नमेन्ट मात्रै भन्दाखेरि गभर्नमेन्टको भ्यू पोइन्ट मात्रै भन्दाखेरि मेरो अलिक प्र्याक्टिस छैन normally so multiple stakeholders
okay, let's go beyond as a citizen but
yeah so multiple viewpoints राख्ने नै जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई कम्बाइन गरेर गभर्नमेन्ट भ्यू पोइन्ट्समा चाहिँ सायद एउटा सानो 5 मिनट्सको प्रेजेन्टेसन पनि पछि आउँछ सो मैले हेर्दाखेरि एआईको रेगुलेसन्स पोलिसिस भन्ने बित्तिकै हामी चाहिँ ऐन बनाउने कानुन बनाउने भन्ने सोचिरहेको छौँ सो इनोभेसन्समा त्यसरी जाँदैन इनोभेसन्समा पहिला टेक्नोलोजी इनोभेसन्स आउँछ त्यसपछि रेगुलेसन्स आउँछ त्यही भएर एआईको पोलिसिसमा पहिला चाहिँ सफ्ट रेगुलेसन एप्रोचमा सफ्ट बेस एप्रोचमा पोलिसिसहरू आउनुपर्छ मैले आइडेन्टिफाई गरेको बेसिकली एआई पोलिसी नेपालमा बनाउँदाखेरि हामीले चाहिँ तीनटा पार्टमा तीनटा सेगमेन्ट्समा हेरेर चाहिँ राखेर गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ पहिलो कुरा चाहिँ पहिलो पार्टमा पहिलो स्टेज 1 मा चाहिँ के हो त भन्दाखेरि एआईको युजेज कसरी चाहिँ हाम्रो इकोसिस्टममा बढाउने आइदर गभर्नमेन्ट होस् या प्राइभेट सेक्टर्समा होस् युज केसेसहरू त्यो टेक्नोलोजीलाई एडप्टेसन्सको लागि चाहिँ हामीले कसरी फेसिलिटेट गर्नुपर्छ पोलिसीको स्टेज 1 लेभलमा त्यो आउनुपर्छ पहिलो पार्टमा दोस्रो पार्टमा चाहिँ हाम्रो डोमेस्टिक इकोसिस्टम कसरी डेभलप गर्ने त एआई भनेको यस्तो होइन कि हामीले सधैँ चाहिँ हामी जस्तो चाहिँ डेभलपिङ कन्ट्रीले चाहिँ यो टेक्नोलोजिज हामीले सधैँ किन्न पर्ने अथवा सधैँ अरूमा रिलाइ गर्नुपर्ने टेक्नोलोजिज होइन उहाँहरू यहाँ हाम्रै अगाडि हुनुहुन्छ वी आर डुइङ दिस एआई त्यो हुनाले डोमेस्टिक इकोसिस्टम हामीले मान्छेको कुरा गऱ्यौँ स्टुडेन्टको कुरा गऱ्यौँ एजुकेसन सिस्टममा कुरा गऱ्यौँ एआई पढाउने कुरा गऱ्यौँ तर हामीले अलिकति हेर्नु पर्यो डोमेस्टिक इकोसिस्टम डेभलप गर्दा अलिकति क्रिटिकल्ली हेर्नुपर्ने काम हुन्छ हामीले मान्छे भनिरहेको छौँ हामीले ऐन उसको पनि कुरा आयो मान्छे नम्बर अफ सिट्सको कुरा गऱ्यौँ हामीले 1 लाखजना मान्छे एआई पढाएर पनि हामी ग्लोबल लिडर्स इन द एआई डेभलप गर्न सक्छौँ त्यो एजुकेसन सिस्टम बेसिक क्वेसन इज द्याट एआईको एजुकेसन द्याट स्टार्ट्स फ्रम द प्री स्कुल The basically the problem solving techniques are preschoolबाट सिक्ने हो AI को म्यान पावर preschoolबाट आउँछ It's not like a only reskilling we do त्यो चाहिँ कस्तो हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि प्रोग्रामरहरु reskillingबाट हुन्छ तर AI को genuine manpower is comes from the preschool we need to think like that भनिसकेपछि अरु इकोसिस्टम्सहरु इन्डस्ट्रीलाई कसरी सपोर्ट गर्ने गभर्नमेन्ट एकाडेमिया कोलाबोरेसन्स पार्टनर्सहरु यो इकोसिस्टम्स गर्नको लागि चाहिँ हामीले दोस्रो स्टेजमा चाहिँ हाम्रो पोलिसी हुनुपर्छ भने तेस्रो स्टेजमा चाहिँ हामी के हो त भन्दाखेरि ल्यान्ड अफ कन्ट्री यताउता भन्छौं तर यो हाम्रो लागि अपर्च्युनिटी पनि हो ग्लोबल अपर्च्युनिटीमा नेपालले कसरी रिप्रेजेन्ट गर्ने त कसरी हाम्रो इकोनोमिक डेभलपमेन्ट हामी चाहिँ जसरी हामी अहिले इकोनोमिकली हामी अलिकति पछाडी छौं भने अगाडि आउनको लागि यो टेक्नोलोजिकल डेभलपमेन्टबाट हामीलाई के फाइदा त ल्यान्ड अफ गर्दा हामीलाई मतलब छैन यसमा हामीलाई पोर्ट त चाहिँदैन केही पनि चाहिँदैन भनिसकेपछि त हामीले ग्लोबल अपर्च्युनिटिजहरुलाई कसरी क्याच गर्ने त्यसको लागि आउनुपर्छ इट्स अ भेरी डिफरेन्ट यसमा पनि डिफरेन्ट आइडिया हुँदो रहेछ आज बिहान मैले एउटा आर्टिकल पढिरहेको थिएँ एलन मस्कले भने चाहिँ विल गो आउट सर्टेज अफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इन ट्रान्सफर्मर ड्यू टु for AI by 2025 भनिरहेको थियो बट दैट इज आवर अपर्च्युनिटी हामी क्लीन एनर्जी भएको कन्ट्रीको लागि हामी अपर्च्युनिटी हो कम्प्युटेशनल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स नेपालमा चाहिँ AI को लागि राख्दियौं भने त्यसले सपोर्ट मेन्टेनेन्स देखि लिएर त्यो जब पनि क्रिएट गर्यो नेपालमा इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर्स हुँदा फेरि AI कै प्रोग्रामर्सहरु पनि नेपालमा हुँदा फेरि त्यो अपर्च्युनिटी पनि भयो अरु धेरै अपर्च्युनिटी आउँछ भनिसकेपछि यसले हामीलाई अलिकति हिडन अननोन अपर्च्युनिटिजहरु दिइरहेको हुन्छ तेस्रो स्टेजमा चाहिँ हामीले चाहिँ यो लिभरेजिङ द ग्लोबल अपर्च्युनिटी हामी कसरी गर्न सक्छौं भनेर यो तीनटा पार्टमा फोकस गरेर चाहिँ नेपालमा चाहिँ AI पोलिसी बन्नुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्छ र फाइनली एउटा कुरा याद गर्दाखेरि हामी रिस्कको इथिकल प्र्याक्टिसको कुरा गर्छौं यसमा हामीले धेरै रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्कमा डे 1 मै जानु भन्दा पनि रिस्क एसेसमेन्ट र रिस्क म्यानेजमेन्ट फ्रेमवर्कमा काम गरेर सुरु गर्नुपर्छ त्यसपछि बल्ल हामी नेक्स्ट स्टेपमा रेगुलेटरीमा जानुपर्छ कि जस्तो लाग्छ यही नै हो मैले सर्ट गर्दाखेरि अहिले यति नै भयो
थ्यांक यू भेरी मच म इन सर्कुमा पनि हैन जस्तै एउटा AI को कुरा गर्दा मैले एउटा दुईटा प्रश्न छ हजुरलाई एउटा चाहिँ कति चीजमा चाहिँ हामीले गभर्नमेन्ट र सर्भिस डेलिभरीमा AI को टेक्नोलोजी हाम्रो दियो लगायत अरु थुप्रै AI कम्पनीजहरुले गरिरहेको छ एउटा चाहिँ अस्तिको मेरो एउटा साथीसँग डिस्कसन के भयो भने बटले मलाई यो गर भन्यो मैले त्यो अनुसार गभर्नमेन्टको सर्भिस गरेँ न इज दैट आधिकारिक गर्न त्यो आधिकारिक हुनलाई हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ भन्नुको चाहिँ हाम्रो पोलिसी रेजिमले एउटा बटले यो गर भनेर मैले AI बटसँग कुरा गरेर सर्भिस दिन गएँ हैन अब अहिलेसम्म चाहिँ त्यो आधिकारिक हुन्छ कि हुँदैन र यदि त्यस्तो बनाउनको लागि चाहिँ हामीले पोलिसी रेजिममा कस्तो चेन्ज
धन्यवाद प्रश्नको लागि यो आर्टिफिसियल इन्टेलिजेन्समा म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने आर्टिफिसियल इन्टेलिजेन्स मात्र होइन कि हामी आर्टिफिसियल इन्टेलिजेन्सिजममा बिलिभ गर्छौँ होइन इट्स अ मुभमेन्ट र दिस इज द डिसरप्टिभ इनोभेसन हामीले अहिले ठ्याक्कै यसै गर्ने उसै गर्ने भन्नु सक्ने अवस्थामा पनि छैन तर हामीसँग एउटा सर्वमान्य सिद्धान्त के छ भन्दाखेरि यो पोलिसी फर्मुलेसनको टाइममा गुड पोलिसी मेकिङ प्र्याक्टिसेसलाई फलो गर्नु यसमा हामीले स्टेक होल्डरसँग इन्टरेक्सन गर्ने यसको इन्फर्मेसन डाटा एनालाइसिस गर्ने यो सारा काम गरेर हामीले पोलिसी फर्मुलेसन गर्यो भने यसले धेरै मान्छे कन्सेन्सस बेसमा हामीले यदि पोलिसीलाई डेभलप गर्यो भने त्यो चाहिँ धेरै एप्लिकेबल र इम्प्लिमेन्टेबल हुन्छ हैन यसै सिलसिलामा जुन तपाईले क्वेसन गर्नुभयो चार्टबोर्डको बारेमा कुनै पनि अर्गनाइजेसनमा यदि चार्टबोर्ड सिस्टम बनाएको छ भने त्यो भ्यालिडेटेड हुनु पर्यो र त्यसपछि मात्र रिलाइ हुनु पर्यो अब त्यो पोलिसीले हामी यस्तो कुराहरू राख्नुपर्ने हुन्छ तर मैले आज त्यो मिनिस्ट्रीको जोइन्ट सेक्रेटरीको नाम आई क्यानट डिक्टेट कि यो राख्नुपर्छ यो हुनै मिल्दैन हैन हामीले चाह्यो भने 2 दिनमा हामी हाम्रो कामै पोलिसी फर्मुलेसन गर्दै आएको 2 दिनमा पनि बनाउँछ तर त्यसको लेजिटिमेसी चाहिँ हुन्छ त्यो एउटा कागजको टुक्रा हुन्छ त्यस्तो कुराकोलाई हामी त्यो भन्ने त्यस अर्थमा जुन हजुरले क्वेसन गर्नुभयो त्यसको सिस्टम अनुसार त्यो भ्यालिडेसनको कुराहरू भएपछि अनि हामी रिलाइ पनि गर्न सक्छौँ त्यसमा
त्यस्तो खालको युज केसेसहरू पनि बनिँदैन ओके आई वान्ट टु गो टु आन्सर एन्ड क्यान आई गिभ लाइक वी आर रियली रनिङ short of time so quickly some policy implication that has worked in your part of the world when it comes to AI related policies that we can learn from.
Well, I have heard of a couple of works in the Nepalese conversations, so talking about human resources and also inclusivity. In Hong Kong, back in 2016, I think the government started realizing that we cannot simply rely on being a traditional financial center anymore. We need to be also adapting and also structurally transform, adapting more hardware, deep tech, robotics and so on. And I think and also together with the effort of civil societies, we have been advocating, also advising a set of roadmaps regarding, when we talk about AI and innovation technologies, every economy has their own choice. By choice, we mean what kind of AI do we want to start with? What kind of AI integration or AI empowerment in what sector do we want to start with? It's kind of like playing a chess, and we want to, what step do we want to take first? So, giving Hong Kong as an example, Hong Kong used to be and also has been quite a regional and also global banking and financial sector. So, AI adoption in banking and financial sector is sort of the first thing to do. So the monetary authority, the regulator in Hong Kong has been adopting various principles, and also we also look at the inclusivity when it comes to adoption of financial technologies, especially when financial technologies are being used for money lending, lending to individuals and also lending to SMEs. How big data, very easily we have an assumption like AI could be easily biased because the more data a corporate have, the easier they can be processed and easier for the bank to lend them more precise money. While the small companies or startups, micro businesses, it's hard for them to get the loans because they don't have the relevant data. There's no such a demographic for them for the bank to process whether they will default the loan or whether they will be risky or whatsoever. So I think the regulator start with the AI roadmap start in banking and finance, and the regulators adopt a lot of principles regarding how to be fairness, regarding the AI adoption in the banks, how to ensure the largest inclusivity for even the populations of relatively lower income and also people of a bit more marginalized. We have a diverse ethnicity in Hong Kong. We have also the Nepalese community in Hong Kong. So how do we make sure banks could also adopt AI to lend them money for ethnic minorities? And also, not individuals also, but small companies. So these are some implications when we adopt AI in policies.
Sure. Again, I think Andrew had highlighted of the use cases to start with few sectors. Okay, we are really running late, so I want to take 2 questions with permission from the organizers from the floor. If you have any questions, 2 pressing questions, and we do not want to entertain remarks, just a question to the panelists. Can I see a show of hand if anyone is interested? 1, and okay, 1. We'll take only 1 question. Can somebody please pass on the mic there to the gentleman who's raising hands? Microphone. If not, I think to save on time, sir, can I request you to come here and pass on this mic itself?
Hello, namaste.
Yeah, we can hear.
I'm Narayan Devi, and I'm interested to know about AI. I'm from media. And I'd like to ask any of the panelists, how can we leverage AI when we badly missed initial industrial revolution? First, second, third, and this is fourth or fourth industrial revolutions we are here. And if we have no stepping stones, how can we leverage in these situations? Anyone can reply. Thank you.
Sure. So I think the question is more on, we've missed on the industrial revolutions in so many phases. How can we still embrace AI? You'd say anyone is willing to, Prani is still no. Yes.
Please add on it if I missed anything or if you have it. So yes, in previous board I feel. But one of the advantages we have, I feel like Parag had just talked earlier, we have a demographic dividend. In 10 years' time, I'm sure we'll be in a position where we'll see a lot of surge in the use of AI. correct me if I don't know if my numbers are right here, but like I think 62% of our working population within age 15 to 59. So that's advantage in it ourselves. So provided that we manage our mass exodus that we are facing right now, I think we are in a very good position if we do things right in terms of taking AI as a leverage for economic development.
It's never late to start a good. So we can start anytime.
Thank you. That's a very positive note.
Thank you for the great questions. And this is the globalized world now. We can't be left out. At that time, UK has started the first revolution, industrial revolutions, we are left out. In thought, up to thought, we are left out. But thought, we won't miss this because we are fully connected. In terms of AI, there is no vote, no political vote. So we can believe. And government is also doing its best, like we are formulating AI policy, that will help. We are in the morning session, Prime Minister has told the governance 4.0. And Industrial 4.0, the Ministry of Industry taking care. So there is something doing from outside. But the business companies like Fuse Machines, NAMI, all they are working their part. So we'll not miss it. We have to believe on it.
Just a few words. I would take Philippines as an example. Since we're talking policy, I think for policymakers, the most important step for taking the lead is, I think, is about the human resources at the end, like everyone mentioned. Philippines has been also similar like Nepal, the net import of food, and well, to cut it short, I think it's important to take attention of the diaspora Nepalese. Similar cases like the Philippines, the country has been lagging behind because of a lot of political turmoils and also economic turmoils. It has been the Filipino diaspora who bring back the technologies. The country has lacking behind with the Industrial Revolution, but the diaspora Filipino have not. They are well educated in America, and also they are well educated with and doing the business for decades in overseas. So those diaspora are the ones who bring back the technologies and the resources back to the countries and build. If we look at the unicorns of the Philippines, those are mostly the overseas returning Filipinos. So I think the most important indication at the end would be how the country like Nepal to attract more diaspora back to the country for building it.
Thank you. Actually, as an MP, also final remarks on हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरामा पनि.
धन्यवाद. मलाई लाग्छ यस पोलिसी मेकिङमै जानुपर्छ. सबभन्दा पहिले चाहिँ हामीले पोलिसी बनाउन सकेनौँ भने धेरै कुरा अवरुद्ध हुन्छ. त्यसकारणले यसलाई चाहिँ कसरी हुन्छ, यसलाई एउटा नीति एन्ड बनाएर अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ. हाम्रो फर्स्ट काम त्यता हुनुपर्छ. अब त्यसभित्र पोलिसीभित्र के हुनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरो चाहिँ मलाई लाग्छ तपाईँहरू सरकारवालाहरू, विज्ञहरू, कानुनविदहरू बसेर चाहिँ एउटा शिक्षाविदहरू बसेर पनि यो फर्मुलामा जानुपर्छ, हामी यो पोइन्टहरूमा जानुपर्छ भनेर एउटा विशेष छलफल गरेर हामीले एउटा बृहत छलफलहरू गरेर अगाडि बढाउन पनि पर्छ जस्तो मलाई लाग्छ. एउटा चाहिँ जीवन्त एआईलाई चाहिँ इकोसिस्टममा आधारित अनुसन्धानमा जोड दिने किसिमको एउटा शिक्षा, सिप, विकासको कार्यक्रमहरूलाई लगानी गर्ने एउटा नवप्रवर्तकहरूलाई चाहिँ प्रोत्साहन दिने किसिमको एउटा चाहिँ जीवन्त एआई राख्नको लागि हामीले के गर्नुपर्छ त्यतातिर हाम्रो जोड दिनुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्छ. र मलाई अझ के लाग्छ थप हामी यो प्रविधिसँग पर पनि जान सक्दैनौँ. यो प्रविधिलाई हामीले एडप्ट छिटोभन्दा छिटो एडप्ट गर्न सकेनौँ भने यो सूर्य उदयलाई कसैले रोक्न सक्दैन र सूर्य अस्तलाई पनि कसैले रोक्न सक्दैन. यो बीचको भागमा हामीले सूर्यलाई रोक्छौँ, सूर्य किरण खेच्छौँ भने जस्तै यो त अगाडि बढिरहन्छ. त्यस कारणले यसलाई कसरी छिटोभन्दा छिटो एउटा यही नियमभित्र राखेर यसलाई एडप्ट गर्ने र यसलाई जवाबदेहिता अनुशासित बनाउने कुरामा पनि हामी लाग्नुपर्छ. किनभने यसभित्र अनागृहित कुराहरू पनि हुनसक्छ. यसलाई चाहिँ डेटा पनि मान्छेको व्यक्तिगत कुराहरू यसमा चाहिँ कुराहरू आउँछन्, गोपनीयताका कुराहरू आउँछन्. यो सबै कुरालाई लिएर जानलाई हामीले चाहिँ एउटा पोलिसी र अलिकति हामी यो हाम्रो आफ्नो भूगोल, संस्कृति, समाजलाई पनि हेरेर एउटा जवाबदेहिता पारदर्शिताका कुराहरूलाई पनि हामीले ध्यान दिनुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्छ र म सबैलाई अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु यस सेक्टरमा हुनुभएको विशेषज्ञहरूलाई यो पार्लियामेन्ट्रियनहरूलाई पनि यसको विषयमा चाहिँ बढी नलेजहरू चाहिने दिनुपर्ने हुनाले तपाईँहरूले चाहिँ यो विषयमा विशेष ध्यान दिएर हामीलाई पनि गाइड गर्नु हो भने हामीले तपाईँहरूले गाइड गरेको कुराहरूलाई हामी पार्लियामेन्टमा लिएर एउटा नीति बनाउने काममा हामी एकदम डटेर लाग्न सक्छौँ र उचित नीति आयो भने यसले चाहिँ देशको समग्र विकासमा चाहिँ यसले महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका दिन्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ। त्यस कारणले हामीभन्दा पहिला तपाईँहरूको दायित्व छ त्यसपछि हाम्रो दायित्व आउँछ भन्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
इम्पोर्टेन्ट क्वेसन हो बिकज रियालिटी चेक हो होइन। हामीले पहिला सबै मिस गऱ्यौँ तर योपालि डिफ्रेन्स चाहिँ के छ भन्नाले द नेचर अफ दिस चेन्ज इज डिफ्रेन्ट। पहिला चाहिँ टाइम लाग्थ्यो, अहिले योपालि चाहिँ हामी फोकस गऱ्यौँ भने मैले पहिला भने जस्तो 10 वर्षमै यो धेरै यसको चाहिँ एडभान्टेज लिन सक्छ बिकज इट्स डिजिटल राइट। इट्स नट वी डोन्ट हेभ टु क्रिएट एनी हार्ड इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर, इट इज डिजिटल सो इट क्यान द नलेज ट्रान्सफर क्यान बी डन भेरी क्विकली। सो यसको चाहिँ एकदम छिटो रिटर्न आउँछ। र लास्ट पोइन्ट चाहिँ यो पालि चाहिँ कुड बी द लास्ट रेभोल्युसन सो वी हेभ टु डु इट, देयर इज नो अदर अप्सन। देन देयर इज नो अदर अप्सन, हामीले गर्नै पर्ने चिज हामी लागेर गर्नै पर्छ। सो टाइम इज
Thank you very much. So I think this was a wonderful panel and we've had a lot of pointers that we need to take forward and I hope that's being noted. With that, I would want to thank all the panelists. त्यो जानुभन्दा अगाडि चाहिँ हाम्रो यो सेसनको चेयर म्याडम प्रमिला बज्राचार्यज्यूलाई चाहिँ हजुरको I know that you've been taking notes, so quick remarks as takeaway of the panel and the session. And with that, if you could also do the session.
धन्यवाद मोडरेटर र सबै प्यानलिस्टहरूलाई पनि धन्यवाद छ र किनोट प्रेजेन्टेसनलाई पनि धेरै धन्यवाद छ र यहाँ उपस्थित हुनुभएका श्रोतावर्गहरूलाई पनि धेरै धन्यवाद छ यसरी चाहिँ एकदम धैर्यका साथ सुनिदिनु भएकोमा। र यसको चाहिँ नि आजको यो सेसनको कन्क्लुजनको मा पुग्दाखेरि हामीले चाहिँ भन्नुपर्ने विषय के रह्यो त भन्दाखेरिमा अब विश्वले एआईमा प्रवेश गरिसकेको अवस्थामा नेपालले पनि पछाडि परेर बस्न मिल्दैन। किन भन्दाखेरि हाम्रो अबको जेनेरेसन भनेको हामी विश्वमा कम्पिट गर्ने हो, त्यसकारण हामी यो क्षेत्रमा हामी प्रवेश गर्न नै पर्छ, हामीलाई अर्को कुनै विकल्प नै छैन। र अब कसरी सुरु गर्ने भन्ने विषयको बारेमा आज छलफल भयो। पोलिसी पहिला अगाडि बढाउने हो कि अथवा चाहिँ
मन्त्रालयका अधिकृत साथीहरू, His Excellency Mr. Raufen, Ambassador of the United Kingdom to Nepal, र यो सम्मेलनमा उपस्थित हुनुभएका देश विदेशका वैज्ञानिकहरू, विशेषज्ञहरू र विशिष्ट पदाधिकारी एवं सहभागी मित्रहरू, यहाँहरू सबैलाई हार्दिक अभिवादन छ। समृद्ध नेपालका लागि कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता र रोजगारीको भविष्य विषयको यस वैज्ञानिक सम्मेलनमा आयोजक मन्त्रालयको तर्फबाट यहाँ सम्बोधन गर्न पाउँदा मलाई खुसी लागेको छ। विज्ञान तथा प्रविधिमा बामी सर्दै गरेको नेपालका लागि यो सम्मेलन कोसेढुङ्गा साबित हुनेछ भन्ने विश्वास लिएको छु। नेपालको संविधानले निर्दिष्ट गरेको समाजवाद उन्मुख अर्थतन्त्रको निर्माण गर्दै तीव्र आर्थिक वृद्धि, प्रभावकारी सेवा प्रवाह, विकास र सुशासन प्राप्त गर्नका लागि हाम्रो यात्रा परिलक्षित छ। नेपालले सन् 2026 सम्ममा अति कम विकसित मुलुकबाट स्तरोन्नतिको आकांक्षा लिएको छ भने 2030 सम्ममा दिगो विकासका लक्ष्यहरू हासिल गर्ने उद्देश्य समेत लिएको छ। नेपालका प्रचुर प्राकृतिक स्रोत, विविधताको शक्ति र जनसांख्यिक लाभको उपयोग गर्दै उद्योग, कलकारखाना तथा उत्पादनको प्रवर्धनका लागि प्रविधि र विशेष गरी आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्सको विकास अपरिहार्य भएको छ। युवाहरूको लागि स्वदेशमा नै सुरक्षित भविष्य निर्माण गर्न प्रमुख उत्प्रेरकको रूपमा आर्टिफिशियल इन्टेलिजेन्सलाई लिन सकिने सम्भावना रहेको छ।
धन्यवाद माननीयज्यू। So AI Conference for Prosperous Nepal, Future of Work, यो समारोह शिक्षा, विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि मन्त्रालय, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, NAST, Nepal Academy of Science and Technology, Ariane Grand, Robotics Association of Nepal, the Asia Foundation को संयुक्त आयोजनामा आयोजित हुँदैछ। We are supported by UNDP Nepal, USAID, Civil Society and Media Project implemented by DEF in partnership with FNCCI, Fuse Machine, Samsung, Dish Home, Techbana, Youth Innovation Lab, Premier International School, and Events Mo. Events Mo को कुरा गर्दाखेरि तपाईहरुलाई आजको स्केड्युल यदि जान्न मन छ भने you can download the app through Events Mo र तपाईहरुले आजको स्केड्युल यहाँ प्राप्त गर्न सक्नुहुन्छ। Now, moving on, I'd like to call upon His Excellency Rob Fenn, UK Ambassador to Nepal, to share his views on the AI conference.
Good morning. Honourable Secretary of Education, and it would be great to have the Prime Minister here and the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, showing that the government of Nepal has got this. They understand the importance of the topic that has gathered us here today. I was told by an industry insider last night, someone who works for Fuse Machines, that when that media shockwave ran around the world when ChatGPT first became a thing, and it was possible to check where people were who were doing internet searches about that phenomenon, that in Asia, unsurprisingly, the biggest number of such searches originated in China, but very surprisingly, the second most interested country was Nepal. Now that tells you something. I think it gives us a sense of how we're on the spot here. We really need to live up to the interest of the people of Nepal in this topic. I'm very happy personally to be part of it. When I was a child in the 1960s, my favourite book by a very long way was I, Robot by Isaac Asimov. I remember reading it under the covers in my dormitory with a torch. I now discover that actually in my very old age I will probably be nursed by a robot. So my lifespan has exactly matched the rise of the machine, and it is very important that we as humans do work together to get the best out of that and to avoid the downsides. And I do think Nepal is perfectly positioned to do just that. We recently had a British minister in town, Andrew Mitchell. He was here to launch the new phase of the UK's development cooperation with Nepal, worth about £400 million through to the end of the decade. And we made sure that this British minister saw how interested Nepal was in this topic. And by this I mean AI and IT more widely and the whole kind of ecosphere around those technologies. We took him to Ubaya, a remarkable logistics company, invested in indirectly by the UK. Ubaya is using IT to triumph over geography, basically. Nepal has the hardest geography for logistics in the world, and Ubaya is using IT to confront that. We also took him to a remarkable startup, the Youth Innovation Lab, who were taking data on Nepal's earthquakes and landslides, and then on the relative vulnerability of individual communities across the country, mapping it, putting it into a database, making it very user-friendly, and now using it to drive better policy making in Nepal. Those two, and there are more, fuse machines I've already mentioned. There are many examples of how Nepal is already cashing in on this new world. And I do see it as the triumph of human ingenuity over everything that the world throws at this country, be it COVID, be it the 2015 earthquake, and more recently in Jajako. And going back further, civil war, conflict, a long period of isolation, and Nepal is catching up so fast, and it is a great pleasure to be here while that is happening. Artificial intelligence is advancing, and the UK is a proactive and enabling agent in that advance. You may have noticed that the UK quite recently had an AI Safety Summit, which set out to identify the next steps for the safe development of frontier AI. And the Department of Science, Innovation and Technology in the UK has just concluded an extensive consultation process to inform our pro-innovation approach to AI regulation. Our academic institutes are on the frontier of research. I think you've seen that here today with Professor Setu Vijayakumar, he has two hats, as he said. Edinburgh and its Robotics Institute is absolutely at the cutting edge, but also to be associated with the Turing Institute in London. Alan Turing being one of the great misunderstood geniuses of his generation, had a tragic end in the UK, and he's a hero of mine. And I feel, if he's looking down on us, I hope he's taking some cold comfort from the fact that he is now a hero of the modern world. The machine that he imagined, the computer, is now at the heart of almost everything we do. And then, how are we, the British Embassy in Kathmandu, working to be, our own small part of this enormous revolution? Well, we are going to try to put the IT sector and AI in particular at the heart of what we do with Nepal. We have seen and tested applications of AI to health, water, sanitation, urban development programs. Just recently in Janakpur, our urban development program, NERC, was involved with a really fascinating example of how AI and human ingenuity can work together to solve real-world problems. The problem there was that in Janakpur, nobody really has a postal address. Nobody knows where houses are in relation to each other. At least the computers don't, though humans do. And using drones and AI and machine learning combined with researchers going door to door and ground truthing what the AI thought first time round, Janakpur has now built up a very brilliant and sophisticated urban model, which is giving everyone an address.
Thank you so much, ma'am. यसै गरेर हाम्रो पहिलो विमान सेसन समापन गर्दैछौँ र अब I'd like to request our State Minister ma'am and Secretary ma'am and His Excellency to be seated downstairs so we can begin with our next session of remarks. Ma'am, please. So before going on to the next remark session, I'd like you all to know the organizing team here. So this particular event has been organized by Vigyan Tata Praviti Mantralaya, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, NAS, Nepal Academy of Science and Technology, RAND Robotic Association of Nepal, UK Aid, the Asia Foundation, Frost Digital Ventures, Association of Engineering College of Nepal, and yes, we are also supported by UNDP Nepal, USAID, civil society, and media project implemented by DEB in partnership with FNCCI, Fuse Machine, Samsung, This Home, Tekpana, Youth Innovation Lab, Premier International School, and events more. So beginning our next remark session, I'd like to call upon Mr. Vikas Gurung, President, Robotic Association of Nepal, onto the stage, please. Vikas.
सम्माननीय प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यू, अहिले हामीसँग उपस्थित नभए पनि माननीय मन्त्रीज्यू, माननीय राज्य मन्त्रीज्यू, His Excellency UK Ambassador to Nepal, आदरणीय सचिवज्यू, keynote speakers, keynote presenters, session chairs, panelists, presenters, moderators, media, guests, supporters, organizing committee members, press, and everyone. सपना जस्तै थियो गणतन्त्र नेपाल बनाउने, सपना जस्तै छ क्रिएटिङ इन्टेलिजेन्ट रोबोटिक्स इन्डस्ट्री इन नेपाल बाई 2045 बनाउने। इन्डस्ट्री 4.0 को एजमा रोबोटिक्स र एआईले वर्ल्डलाई नै रुल गरिराखेको छ। मोर देन $40 बिलियन को इन्डस्ट्री रोबोटिक्सले क्रिएट गरिसकेको छ भने $1 ट्रिलियन भन्दा बढीको इन्डस्ट्री एआईले क्रिएट गर्दैछ। द एरा अफ इन्टेलिजेन्ट Revolution 1.0 has started and intelligent systems are coming. For this dream to make happen, we need investment on robotics and AI. Robotics and AI centers, robotics and AI hubs, AI innovations, and investment on youth. 3% of GDP has to be separated to invest on this innovation sector. Innovation ecosystem has to be developed through national innovation systems. National innovation index has to be developed. Definitely we need to have provincial innovation plan. It's high time Nepal invests on next level technologies like drones, 3D printing, Internet of Things, blockchains, virtual reality. Lots of robotics and AI innovations are already happening in Nepal, just like sister robots, bomb disposal robots, yantrikas, AI-based early warning systems, pesticide spraying drones, and many such. Robotics Association of Nepal is already on a mission of creating robotics in the intelligent robotics industry in Nepal by 2045, for which it is become reality. As we can see, there are more than 80 plus startups already in the ecosystem, and we aim to make it 500 different startups. We aim to make a $500 million industry. Definitely, it can go up to $1 billion industry by 2045. The investment of Nepal government, as the Prime Minister already mentioned, that it would prioritize. So still the trade is on. Sapna ke liye please do something. Thank you.
Thank you, Vikasji. Now moving on, I'd like to call upon Mrs. Sajana Merton, the Data Governance Director of the Asia Foundation.
Thank you, Jay. Right Honorable Prime Minister of Nepal, who has already addressed the session and he has led the hall as well. Honorable Minister, and who is also the chair of the session, who has also left the hall, and Honorable State Minister, who has also left the hall after addressing the session, dear Madam Secretary, Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, His Excellency Ambassador Rob, who has also since left the hall. So respected dignitaries, guests, and my colleagues. Good morning. On behalf of the Foundation, UKA Data for Development Program, and the data community in Nepal, I would like to express my happiness to be here on this conference on artificial intelligence for prosperous Nepal, the future of work. Today we gather here with a shared vision of exploring how to benefit the developments in AI and their larger implications for Nepal's future. It's imperative to acknowledge the transformative potential of AI. AI has evolved from a theoretical concept to a practical reality impacting various facets of life. Our voice recognition industries reshape economies and define societal norms. If we see our daily lives, even without knowing AI, for example, we have been actually using it. During our online calls, we have been using the feature to blur the background. We even notice seeing the advertisements related to the things we scroll in the social media. This is the feature given by algorithms. The potential benefits of AI are endless. This morning we heard from one of the keynote speakers how AI system is actually working on to make a feature that we can actually toss the substance. So for example, the impact of AI in healthcare in Nepal. Imagine a scenario where AI-powered diagnostic tools assist doctors in the remote areas to accurately identify the diseases and develop personalized treatment plans for patients. By leveraging AI, healthcare professionals can overcome geographical barriers but still deliver quality services to the underserved population, ultimately providing healthcare outcomes across the country. Furthermore, in the realm of education, AI holds the promise of personalized learning experiences tailored to the unique needs and learning styles of each student. So imagine again a classroom where algorithms analyze the strength performance in a real time, allowing teachers to adapt to their institutional teaching strategies to optimize learning outcomes. Through the AI-driven education initiatives, Nepal can empower its youth with the skills and knowledge needed to thrive in the digital age. So as the previous speakers mentioned, we will definitely, we still need to send the youth outside of the country, but then we will actually send the skilled youth in the world, which represents Nepal as the future generation. Yet in order to take the full advantage of these possibilities, we must ensure that Nepal meets the enabling conditions to adopt AI tools. This means we need to examine our
private institution is not regarded in Nepal. We have negative narratives. But what I want to say and convince, if I would sit in front of the Prime Minister and Minister of Education and the State Minister, I think they would have got insight from the private engineering college. We are not business people. We are the service providers. That I want to convey today, and I request Madam Secretary of Minister of Education, Science and Technology to convey it. We would like to be a partner. We would like to collaborate. We would like to cooperate in this novel cause, AI policies and uses of AI. Because we need lots of trainees, we need lots of manpower. Without that, it's not possible. But we do have a negative narrative saying that the students, the younger generation, they don't want to study here. You know why? Because everybody is saying work and study. So how we can make work and study possible? We have to think, we have to rethink in our education policies. So I would like to request Madam Secretary to please convey this. We need to rethink our education policy if we cater the needs of younger generation, because they are different than us. They have lots of information which we provide, and that makes the difference because they want to work as well as they want to study. And the parents and the guardians and the leaders of this country always said, there is no scope of working and studying. And there is no scope of getting job after they study. We have to convey to all the society leaders, everybody, that there is a job, there is a working process we could adopt only when we can rethink the education policy. Otherwise, it's not possible, I think. So we have to go in AI, but how can we go about AI if we don't have the manpower? So when I say, and the ambassador rightly say that we need to have a plan for sending our young students abroad, and without plan will be a disaster. And we are facing disasters. Last 2 years, there is a data saying that about 180,000 students passed +2, but more than 113,000 they went abroad for higher studies. And another, last year also they have a data saying that 113,000 plus they are going abroad for higher studies. And how it is possible to have students here? And believe me, they are not coming here back. And another thing is, we have to have a data saying that they are really studying. But I see that they are not going there for studies because the fees, tuition fees are very high, and most of our parents and us won't be able to offer them. And working and staying is possible for working and getting renovation, but not for the tuition fees. But are we willing to send them for labor force? So in that case, I am still again reiterating that we need to rethink about the education policy. Well, we can give an opportunity for the students who can work and study. If we introduce STEM program early in the school, because after +2, if they don't have the skill and the knowledge, how can they work and study? And a country like Nepal, if you work in a small things, it's not recognized. We have no dignity of labor as such. If we have the dignity of labor, I think small works also will be acceptable. But unfortunately, the small works are not acceptable in this country. So if we don't provide skills, how can they work and study? And another thing is, we consider
and there's lots of orthopedic surgery one needs to do in the remote settings. But ideally, surgeons would like to have CT scan, which is an expensive device, which is usually not available in these settings. They would want to see the whole 3D of the whole anatomy, and then we'll be able to operate. But this is not an option in most of the cases. But X-rays are portable and widely available, even in the primary health centers of like in remote villages. This is available, and we're trying to build a 3D from those to our multiple views of X-rays, 3D reconstruction, so that the surgeons can do better surgeries in case of it. So again, sometimes I hear a lot since coming back to Nepal. Nepal has very basic problems we need to solve. What can we do with frontier technologies? But these are like the examples where there are big, these are important, impactful problems, but it needs frontier tech, or frontier tech needs to be pushed to solve this kind of problems. So there are many others which I will skip, I don't have the time, but tuberculosis, dengue, now people are dying more and more with dengue. How do we solve that problem? It's our problem, we need to solve that, and there's lots of potential with AI and other research, but then we need to invest and work and build institutions that are able to do those kind of things here in Nepal, right? We do other kind of research also, not just global health. Some of those have been very frontier. So this is one example where, so this is a certain syndrome, transfusion syndrome in twins in a mother's baby, and then they need to do a surgery. But it's very challenging to do a surgery of the fetus that is inside the pregnant woman's womb, and change, extend, and then work out with the vessels. And there are certain scientific challenges being organized. across the world, and the scientific community working on this particular problem. They organized these challenges, and one of the team of research groups from NAMI was first out of many top research labs around the world. And this is not just the undergrad students, but this is the scientific research labs, PhD students, postdocs competing, and the group from Nepal, they won. So just to show that we're working at the frontier tech also. The other example, we work on this, we're working on this one, we've got like now 5,000. So we went around Nepal, across the country, and had chat from 5,000 people from different demographies, different diversity, women, children, adult men, adult women, and from different ethnic and groups with different mother tongues, who, when they chat, when they ask questions related to sexual reproductive maternal health in Nepali to a ChatGPT and other large language models, how does it respond? What are the challenges? What are the abilities? What are the gaps? And what are the risks of this kind of system as of now? So that's the first phase we're doing. We're toward the end of that project, and now we want to extend this and build. We have cleared this, and there's a big problem. It's not a solved problem. We want to now be able to build a low-cost that system that can give reliable answers to this kind of questions. So this is an ongoing project. You saw a bit of the robotics from Alan Turing Institute. Yes, there's lots of exciting things happening in robotics. Some of our research groups, they are working on trying, so there's a SLAM which is trying to map, just like humans can map and identify. You can go around a known location or unknown location, you can discover things. We're making that for robots to do that. It's a fairly challenging problem people have been working on, and now it's a lot of advancement has been done, but there's always trade-off of computational power. When you want to do that very well, you need lots of computational power, and that becomes expensive. So our team is trying to work on how to build very low-cost, low-resource requiring, but highly accurate SLAM systems. So some of these works are published at CVPR or Robotics Automation Letters, which are some of the leading conferences as well. So that's research. There are many other which I won't go, but I encourage all of you to look at NAMI's website to find more. But as an ecosystem, as I said, so let's move to the other very important part, is education outreach. How do we train, how do we educate people? And when we talk about AI and the way the AI is going in the world right now, it's not just computer scientists or engineers who need education or who need awareness. There's a whole lot of people whom I think we need to be aware to be able to use AI, either use AI or build regulations, build policies, or be able to innovate, right? So the way we look into it, that the goal of NAMI Academy, which is the Education Outreach Division of NAMI, is to build a strong foundation of educational skills in computing science and AI, and also prepare the society for this rapidly changing world. And we go from the primary school students to the prime minister, that's what we say, so from children to prime minister. So children in school, university faculties, so we have capacity building activities for faculties of existing universities here, software engineers, professionals, general public, and the government. So I'll give you a few glimpses of some of the things we do. So this is our flagship annual 11-day course in AI that we run every year. It's been the last 4 years we've done this, and people from more than 30 countries have come here to learn AI with us, in the school. From US, Europe, UK, PhD students from Europe, US, or from Cambodia, from Iran, from Russia, China, to Thailand, to Uganda, Nigeria. So the people have come here, and then we run this on-site intensive course where people have come, and so a few examples. Interestingly, you can also see that this year, last year, we had 3 data scientists from British Prime Minister's office who applied and who also came and participated as students in the AI school. Similarly, we also believe that we need to communicate more with the public, general public, not just to disseminate what scientists know, but also to interact and understand more the real problems that people are facing. So we have this public lecture series that we organize, which is a free event for everyone. Anyone can join this. Actually, this was inspired both from the Royal Society of London. I think they do this similar one in London, so that's we tried to do this, and it's been fairly exciting to see lots of interest in this one, with different topics, different researchers and scientists give lectures. We are also trying to scale our education platform that we're building, and also these training programs to other professionals. We often get requests from public health professionals or doctors or from lawyers to say, okay, we need AI. So we're trying to build this in partnership with the other teams here at NAMI, and we recently completed one month training to industry professionals, and we got fantastic reviews. They want more. And FNCCI also, they were interested to scale this to the whole country of the training. So this is other things we're doing. Similarly, government and policymakers, we're very happy to be training the government officials, some of whom are here. So we are running a 3-month training program to the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology right now. So let's go to these. So that's the education outreach, which is very important. The third one is the industry innovation division, where we have 3 goals. And we're working on 3 fronts. One is building, if you want to build global products and that can compete globally, we need to incubate startups. So there's the startup ecosystem. This other is that there are lots of IT industries in Nepal, and they need capacity building to be able to develop AI systems. So that's like building the capacity of the IT industries. And the third is that there are industries, not just AI industry, but other industries who need R&D, AI-based solutions, which can transform them and be able to be globally competitive. So we've done many things around that. So in this, it could be
the situation, the kind of context in a real-world problem, and try to create solutions in our lab to address some of these big issues. I'm having a little bit of trouble with this clicker, but sorry, can I just get you to click to the next slide, please? Yeah, I think my clicker is not. Yeah, so again, in trying to do that, the kind of things that we use is sort of techniques from pathology, techniques from mathematics. So I'm sure in Nepal there's a strong emphasis on development in the use of mathematics, but mathematics is not just for solving equations, but a lot of the work in robotics involves continuous maths, and this work, for example, it uses concepts from mathematical constructs to then be able to manipulate objects, sort of address things that are really that can make a huge difference in terms of being able to replan on the fly. So, for example, here's the robot doing this navigation task by building a map of the surrounding, using its lidars and sensors, and then being able to sort of address that on the fly. Apologies for the mails that are popping up. And one of the, and I mentioned, one of the projects that we have is the work with NASA at the Johnson Space Center. And here's a video of the robot when it came to Edinburgh on its first visit. And we have again, if I can get you to click that, please. I think the clicker is, we've got a problem with the clicker. Yeah. So this is a
NASA robot worth over £1.5 million, which has just been delivered to researchers at Edinburgh University. Their task to program it to act like a human, so it can carry out space exploration that's just too dangerous for astronauts. Our science reporter Victoria Gill has had exclusive access to the robot and the team.
250 miles above the planet, the International Space Station has been home to more than 200 astronauts and 1 robonaut. But the next generation of this type of robot is being developed back on planet Earth, and it makes this one look quite retro.
You are looking through the eyes of a very human-like robot. This is Valkyrie. It's NASA's 6-foot humanoid. It's designed to work in disaster zones and even go to space. But it's just arrived here at the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics so that programmers here can push the boundaries of how humans and robots work together.
Worth in excess of £1.5 million, with 44 movable joints, scanning lasers and cameras to simulate human vision, this is NASA's most advanced humanoid.
Valkyrie is an amazing and unique piece of hardware because there are only 3 of its kind in the world.
But the team here has to create a set of instructions that will allow this robot to understand how to use its body to carry out every new task.
You need to make it do the things that we take for granted. For you and me, walking, balancing, dexterous manipulation, it comes to us naturally. For getting a robot to do something like that takes a lot of effort.
With a core set of human skills, Valkyrie could be put to work in unpredictable environments.
I'd like to be able to do very benign things and everyday actions, to be able to do what a human being does, to be able to mitigate the situations that happen sometimes in disaster relief, for example, Fukushima, to be able to do maintenance on the International Space Station when NASA are interested.
It's hoped that humanoids like Valkyrie could be sent ahead of human astronauts to explore the surface of Mars. But this very young robot is still learning. It takes several attempts to master every new skill. The ability to control its balance and motion, though, could have an impact much closer to home.
Doing research on a human-like robot, that can nicely feed into technologies that are very relevant socially. So, for example, some of the work on exoskeletons for support of human disabilities, things like prosthetics for people who lost a limb.
The ambition for Valkyrie's future is beyond this planet. But this work could also lead to technology.
Yeah, so that was sort of when the robot arrived, but we've had some exciting new work. Again, come and talk to me after the conference, during the conference, to find out more about it. We've also got some exciting work in trying to get robots to deal with uncertainty in the world. So creating systems that are compliant, that are able to deal with uncertainty in the world and noise in the system. So for example, we've been using robotic systems to learn from data. So as you just inaugurated today's conference using mobile tech, we can use exactly digital technology and data science to sort of change the way we do robotics by changing the way we do programming, changing the way we actually write our programs. So this here is an example of a robot learning how to balance a pole from scratch using data-driven techniques. So in other words, using data not just as we use it in today's world in terms of recommender systems, but using it to program robotic systems in a way that is beneficial to the humans. And finally, one other thing I wanted to really touch on is the use of robots in complex scenarios where robots are not working independent of humans. They're working with humans. You're wearing robotic systems. So here's an example from our lab where we work with exoskeletons for the rehabilitation of patients with stroke, patients who've got sports injuries, patients who have some kind of disability. And really, that is trying to bring together these different domains of work. And finally, I just wanted to sort of touch upon the theme of today's conference is the future of work. And it's not, and if you probably sort of, those of you who are science fiction buffs, see this and say, that's Tony Stark, that's from a movie. But actually, this concept is not very far away. So for example, about 5 years ago, we deployed a system with Hitachi in Japan on trying to improve the productivity of their smart warehousing using systems that we just built. In Japan, we deployed, in a cafe, we deployed a robot system which is effectively getting robots and humans to work together. So this is a setting where the robot is being operated by a person who has a disability from a different town. So normally the workforce, which would not have been working, they are now back into the workforce because they are able to deal with this on the fly. So here's an example of an operator who is paraplegic in a different town, operating a cafe barista for getting people into the workforce. So there are some interesting open challenges, including safe actuation, dealing with the sim-to-real gap, and somebody mentioned verifiable and explainable systems, and that is one of the big challenges of tomorrow.
And this is something that we are working in collaboration with the Alan Turing Institute. This is some of the questions that we've not covered here today, but are extremely important, and the Turing Institute at the British Library addresses some of those questions. Again, I'm going to skip this in the interest of time, but I just wanted to put up one last slide on addressing some of the global challenges. So robotics and AI are not just for developing some high-tech solutions. It is for addressing some of the pressing demands and pressing challenges of every part of society. And this is what we're trying to address at the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics through a combination of working with government, with industry, with embedded systems and labs. So I'm going to finish by showing you a quick video of the names of the done in our lab, machine learning and motor control, in the language or in the words of these addresses. World-leading research on robotics, machine learning, and data-driven techniques using artificial intelligence to make robots a lot more versatile and adaptive to the real-world situations. We do work across domains, so applying core problems in robotics and machine learning to domains in oil and gas, transport, healthcare, as well as things like challenges of exploration in outer space.
We want our robots to be autonomously deployed in industrial plants, for instance, to perform inspection tasks, to accomplish tasks that humans can't do or that are dangerous for them.
Our main business is to educate the next generation of outstanding postgraduate students and conduct cutting-edge research.
My research is focused on designing exoskeleton controllers that can assist people completing tasks such as walking. And to achieve this, what we do is we build quite complex neuromuscular models of human subjects and combine this with a very detailed set of motion data we can collect in our data.
We hope that with this setup and combining robotic assistance with electrical stimulation, physical therapists can have a tool to personalize the intervention and improve the outcomes of physical therapy.
My research is about robot localization in changing environments when the robot's view is nearly occluded by large moving objects.
We want the robot to learn which objects are of interest without requiring a human to provide information about the shape or the visual appearance of these objects.
In order to enable robots to move while in contact, for example, when wiping a table or pushing a heavy object, my research focuses on how to plan or how to learn those types of physical contact interactions.
We are developing mathematical models to enable a robot to capture heavy and moving objects with 2 arms. At the same time, we are handling impact.
My research involves both humans and robots, where first we enable the robots to predict humans' intentions and actions, and we also generate safe robot actions in order to help the humans reach the goal.
In construction, robots often operate by humans in dangerous environments, needing expensive training. To reduce the operating burden, I'm working on shared autonomy, which combines human input and autonomous methods so the human can best utilize their expertise.
I'm really interested in human-robot collaboration, so how we can enable robots to perform common tasks effectively with humans, such as pouring a wine into a human's glass. But humans are really difficult to predict, and so I'm interested in how we can better make those predictions.
I'm working on the development of robots that can be easily taught to manipulate objects and potentially collaborate with people or assist people in need just by giving a demonstration of the task.
I'm working on a leg robot to make them traverse challenging terrains. The idea we propose is to start with a capable controller that already works on the robot and try to extend and add capabilities to make the robot cross challenging terrains.
I'm working as a software engineer in a field robotics lab, and also I'm doing some research about constructed robots. I'm working on how those robots with 4 legs should plan their footsteps considering the possibilities in their legs.
When robots have to perform manipulation and walk simultaneously, they face a lot of uncertainty. One way we can increase the robustness of the system is by taking into account the capabilities of the robot, so its motors and also the contact stability.
There are many conditions that we cannot predict. For instance, when we are navigating an offshore platform, we might encounter a floor that is wet. A way of dealing with this kind of uncertainties is by planning quickly new motions.
I'm working on building better robots for specific tasks. So a robot that walks might need to be built a little different amount of jumps. And so I'm working to create algorithms that modify the designs based on the tasks, and I'm looking at making those more efficient and physically realistic.
My work focuses on motion planning, especially when it comes to the environment changes, there are obstacles coming in and out, or objects that the robot is trying to pick up and move are moving. And this is especially useful when working with robots that need to be safe around people and other robots.
Well, the environment may have many different inclined slopes, and this gives rise to a lot of different options of when to play the foot and where to play the foot.
Robots in the real world have to operate in environments where obstacles around them do things. So whether that's in hospitals where we have people moving around, whether that's in a factory where you have other robots that you might need to avoid. My research interests are in developing algorithms and motion planning software that will allow us to move robots in ways that avoid those obstacles.
I particularly enjoyed working on the large-scale projects which we have within the group, and helping with the project management side with the Alan Turing Institute, the ISCF hubs, and also the EU Horizon 2020 projects.
So if you've liked some of the research that you've seen in the video and would like to work on some of these exciting platforms and projects, please do get in touch with us, and we'd love to have you as part of our team.
Thank you very much, and I look forward to catching up with you during the rest of the conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Wonderful presentation. It was intriguing to see what developments are going on and where could we reach all together. Now, moving on, we have our keynote speaker, Professor Wolfram Bolgar, former president, IEEE Robotics and Automation Society, Future of AI and Intelligent System. So, one is online marketing, one presentation,
Welcome to my presentation about future opportunities for intelligent robotic systems, which I'm happy to provide here and tell you about what it actually means to have intelligent robots and where they can actually be used to help in our everyday life and what is needed to actually accomplish such robots. Robots are envisioned to be able to address a couple of societal challenges that we are facing. For example, in traffic, improving the efficiency of traffic and making it safer. At the same time, we are faced with problems in production where we continuously need to increase our efficiency and productivity there. Furthermore, robots are envisioned to be useful in healthcare in various domains, for example, especially in elderly care, given the challenge of the aging population. And furthermore, robots are also envisioned
settling down. And while I do that, I would maybe start by saying I really want to thank the institutions that have come together to put such a wonderful conference together. I see Vikas running around. He's been instrumental in organizing all of this. And what a timely time, right, to be talking about AI. And special thanks to our guests that have come from outside of Nepal. Welcome. I hope you guys have a great time today, and hopefully you have a few days that you've taken aside to see more of Nepal and take some memories back home. Okay? All right, I see people still trickling. Maybe one last minute. All right, so before I get started, two things I'll mention then. First, I'm head of strategy and managing director of South Asia for Fuse Machines, which is a Nepali American company. And I'll speak a little bit more about that later. So with that said, I am not going to claim I'm an AI expert by any means. We have AI experts amongst us, the professors, the researchers, the scientists. But as a strategist, as a business strategist in the field, I want to speak about how we can leverage AI, especially for Nepal's economic development. And hopefully I'll be able to stitch together a narrative that if we all collaborated, if we have a vision, then in the next 10 years, and I'll start with this and I want to end with this. 10 varsha, ladies and gentlemen, 10 years. So 10 years, and if we think about the theme of the conference, Prosperous Nepal, right? 10 years is not a long time from a nation building perspective, right? It's only 10 years. Nations have existed for a very long time, and the economic cycle takes a very, very long time. But 10 years is a very 10 years, while it's not a very long time for a nation-building exercise, it's a very long time for AI, and especially the trajectory of where AI is headed. Right? So if we can have a national vision, we can truly make the difference that Nepal is poised to get in the next 10 years. So with that said, let's start. I think I'll get started. All right. So before I start, since I see heavy lunch faces, I know it's raining outside. I'm going to have to ask everybody to stand for the rest of my presentation, please. I'm kidding. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get some energy flowing. All right. So AI, right? How many of you, show of hands, use GPT on a daily basis? All right, we're getting somewhere. And how many of you can relate to some of these that you've seen or used, right? So AI is really starting to be part of our lives, ubiquitous. If you use a smartphone, which I think most of you do now, we are already interacting with AI, right? In a very layman terms, this is what I want to say. Artificial intelligence, right? What is intelligence? Let's start with that. In my way of understanding, I would say intelligence is the ability that we have as humans, and I'm focusing on human intelligence, right? There's intelligence in different forms, but we humans, the ability that we have to interact with the world, to make sense of the world, to quite literally survive. And this is the intelligence of vision, the intelligence of language, the intelligence of how we navigate the world. This is the intelligence that we aspire to give to machines. And that is the field of artificial intelligence. But the question here is, why do we need to do that? Why do we want to do that when there's so many other things that we need to do? In my opinion, if the artificial intelligence we give to machines eventually comes back and helps uplift human intelligence, that is where the real benefit is. And that is where we should truly be focused on, right? So, today we stand at the cusp of an AI revolution, right? There are many AI intellects here. I look forward to learning more today as the rest of the conference goes. But in a very layman's term, we can think of it as we are in the age of narrow AI, right? Where there's been a breakthrough where any system becomes accessible and understandable by humans, i.e. we can, talk to it and it can understand our context. it is poised to be adopted, right? So we are at that juncture where AI is really going to transform everything as we know it. And maybe I'm putting it lightly. Okay, so, and I would not even try to extrapolate the future. The next stage is probably autonomous agents. Robotics is going to, we're going to finally find ourselves in the beach one day where robots are doing everything, right? That's what we want? No? Why? You guys are a hard crowd. Alright, so
यस कार्यक्रममा उपस्थित हुनुहुने सम्पूर्ण प्राविधिज्ञ विज्ञहरूलाई म हार्दिक स्वागत गर्न चाहन्छु। विज्ञान विषय बहुआयामिक तथा प्रगतिशील विषय रहेको छ। विज्ञान र अनुसन्धान हाम्रो जस्तो कम विकसित मुलुकको लागि मुलुकले लगानी गर्ने क्षेत्र होइन भन्ने सोचाइ रहेको पाइन्छ। विज्ञान तथा प्रविधिको क्षेत्रको प्रबन्धनात्मक क्रियाकलापहरू विज्ञान तथा प्रविधि हेर्ने मन्त्रालय मार्फत गरिने अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय अभ्यास भएको र नेपालमा पनि सोही अनुसार अभ्यास गर्दै जानुपर्ने आजको आवश्यकता रहेको छ। विज्ञान र प्रविधिको क्षेत्रमा आवश्यक पर्ने पूर्वाधारहरू अत्यन्त न्यून रहेको छन् र कार्यक्रमहरू सञ्चालन गर्न पनि कानुनी जटिलता रहेको छ। विज्ञान प्रविधिको क्षेत्रको कुनै पनि राष्ट्रिय परियोजना सञ्चालनमा छैनन्। अनुसन्धान खरिदको प्रक्रियालाई सामान्य परामर्श जस्तै भन्दा फरक ढङ्गले गर्न सार्वजनिक खरिद ऐन नियममा अनुसन्धान खरिदको छुट्टै प्रावधान राख्नु अत्यावश्यक भइसकेको छ र अनुसन्धान र नवप्रवर्तकहरूको प्रबन्धनको लागि नियमनकारी भन्दा पनि फरक ढङ्गको प्रवर्धनकारी ऐन नियमहरू आवश्यक रहेका छन्। यसै सन्दर्भमा मन्त्रालयले सरकारवाला निकायहरूको सहकार्यमा विज्ञान प्रविधि तथा नवप्रवर्तन कोष सम्बन्धित विधेयकको मस्यौदा तयार गरिरहेको र यही आर्थिक वर्षमा सङ्घीय संसदमा पेश गर्न गृहकार्य भइरहेको समेत आजको यस कार्यक्रममा जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। यस कार्यक्रमको प्रमुख उद्देश्य कृत्रिम बौद्धिकता नीति तर्जुमा गर्न नेपाल सरकारलाई सहयोग गर्नु रहेको छ। नेपालमा रहेका सबै सरकारवालाहरूलाई एउटै मञ्चमा ल्याएर अन्तर्विचार क्रिया गरी जोखिम तथा फाइदाहरू मूल्याङ्कन गर्ने र अन्तमा एउटा सङ्कल्प प्रस्ताव तयार गर्ने कार्यक्रमको उद्देश्य रहेको छ। विज्ञान प्रविधि तथा नवप्रवर्तन नीति 2076 प्राथमिकतामा परेका छवटा विषयहरूमा पनि एआई प्रविधिको प्रयोग गर्ने उल्लेख भएकोबाट यो एआईको महत्त्वबारे स्पष्टता देखिन आउँछ। आजको यस कार्यक्रममा सामान्य प्रधानमन्त्रीज्यूबाट यो कार्यक्रमलाई महत्त्व दिनुभई हामीलाई समय प्रदान गर्नुभएकोमा म हृदयदेखि नै आभार व्यक्त गर्न चाहन्छु। साथै उपस्थित हुने सम्पूर्ण महानुभावहरूलाई पुनः एकपटक स्वागत गर्दै म बिदा हुन्छु। धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
म सामान्य प्रधानमन्त्री श्री पुष्पकुमार दाहालजीलाई मोबाइल एपद्वारा यी प्रज्वलन गरी कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन गर्नुको लागि अनुरोध गर्दछु र ड्यासमा उपस्थित महानुभावहरूलाई सहयोग गर्न अनुरोध गर्दछु। Dr. Setu Vijay Kumar ji, जो चाहिँ हुनुहुन्छ Professor of Robotics, the Alan Turing Institute, and is about to give his remarks on the future of work. Sir, may I have you on the desk, please?
Excuse me, brother. Jai. Zara pare dai. Milar garun na.
Good morning to everybody. It's a huge pleasure and honor to be here. Honorable Prime Minister, members of the Ministry of Education, and the Ambassador from the UK, and all the international guests and young students who are here. It's my first visit to Nepal, and I'm really pleased to be part of this exciting new development in trying to get AI to work for a country like Nepal, make huge leaps going forward. So what I do today is to try and give you a little bit of background in terms of the kind of science that we do, both at the University of Edinburgh, the Alan Turing Institute, but also give you a vision about how we're trying to take AI for really trying to push it towards the benefit of all. Okay, don't think my clipper's quite working. Okay, great. So the University of Edinburgh is one of the very old institutions established in 1583. It's got a long history, and personally I've got two hats on. One as the program director for AI at the Alan Turing Institute, and the second as the head of the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics, which brings together works in AI, robotics, for domains ranging from healthcare, automation to even space. So I don't need to tell you guys here that robotics is becoming extremely important in different parts of our life. Everything from the traditional areas like our manufacturing and assembly, but more and more new domains like smart cities, autonomous driving cars, and I was just discussing with the ambassador here today in terms of trying to see how AI can play a big role in things like mitigation of climate disasters. How can we use AI and robotics for, say, dealing with logistics in an extremely challenging environment like Nepal?